want to take you to the EC because it's an election year, right?
Yes.
The EC is addressing a press conference right now. Bosman Asari is at the podium. Take a listen to what he's saying.
During the registration exercise and make requests for amendments, changes or insertions where necessary to their details in the voters register. The prime goal of the exercise is to help voters to know their polling stations on the day of voting. So it is important that all registered voters go to the exhibition centers to check their names. At the exhibition centers, registered voters can make the following request: inclusion of omitted names, objection to names of unqualified voters on the register, removal of names of deceased voters from the register, replacement of poor quality or damaged voter ID cards, correction to wrong spelling of names, correction to wrong registration center codes, amendment to other registration details such as age and sex as a result of clerical error. Requests made at the exhibition centers are recorded on the exhibition forms and on the voters register provided at the exhibition centers. These forms are sent to the district office at the end of the exhibition exercise to be processed. District registration review officers, that is district court magistrates, have been appointed in all the 268 district offices to receive the provisional voters register and other lists and forms containing complaints and objections that were raised during the exhibition exercise. The district registration review officers will then make a determination on each of the cases and endorse each page of the provisional voters register for authentication purposes. For the information of the general public, voters are advised to go to the exhibition centers with their voter identity cards to verify their details. This facilitates the process for verification of details. However, registered voters who fail to bring along their voter ID cards could also verify their details, but they cannot request any amendments to their details. It is also allowed for registered voters to verify the voter details of friends and relations. However, only the owner of the voter ID card can request for changes to his or her details in the register. To effect major changes or corrections during the exhibition of the voters register, such as complete change of the name of a voter or addition of new names, change of polling station code, change of photographs, and the inclusion of omitted names, the voter is required to go to the district office of the commission for a biometric authentication of the voter before the change will be effected. At the exhibition center, the following list will also be displayed: exception list and the multiple list. The exception list contains the names and photographs of applicants whose registration as voters were challenged during the registration exercise and were subsequently disqualified by the respective district registration review committees. Details of deceased voters are also recorded in the exception list. The multiple registration list contains details of persons who have registered more than once. Persons whose details, names, and photographs appear in either the exception list or the multiple registration list will not have their names and photographs on the voters register and will therefore not be able to vote on election day. So those people are debarred from voting. The 2024 provisional voters register, including the mop-up, and the 2023 voters register, inclusive of the 2020 register, will be displayed at all the exhibition centers. The commission is again entreating all registered voters, especially those who registered in the 2024 limited registration exercise at the district offices of the commission and the selected electoral areas, as well as during the mop-up exercise, to visit the exhibition centers to ascertain whether they were assigned to the correct polling stations or not. For the information of the good people of this country, in addition to the registered voters who may come to verify their details on the voters register at the exhibition centers, the following persons may also visit the exhibition centers: exhibition supervisors and deputy exhibition supervisors, members and staff of the Electoral Commission, persons accompanying registered voters who are physically incapacitated, persons accredited by the Commission, including party representatives, journalists, and observers. The Commission has also recruited and trained all officials needed for the exhibition exercise. They include exhibition supervisors, deputy exhibition supervisors, and exhibition officers. The Commission has sent all the relevant materials needed for the exhibition exercise to the regions, and these materials are in adequate quantities. The Commission again urges the general public, especially registered voters, to show interest in the upcoming voter exhibition exercise, to assist the Commission and update, and produce a credible voters register for the 2024 general elections. The exhibition exercise also provides an avenue for qualified citizens to object to the names of minors, foreigners. By minors, we mean those who are not 18 years, foreigners and deceased persons on the voters register. In addition, qualified applicants can object to the names of persons who are not resident in the electoral areas where they registered and those who are not of sound mind. Sub-Regulation 2C of Regulation 23 of CI 91 states that a person entitled to be registered as a voter may object, as set out in Form 7 of the schedule, to a person whose name appears in the provisional register of voters on the ground that the person is not qualified to register as a voter. Voters are required to produce their voter's ID card. They are required to produce the voter ID card of the deceased person or proof of the death of that person, such as the death certificate or burial permit. In other words, you can't just go to the exhibition center and say someone is dead and that the person's name must be removed. You need to provide evidence to that effect. Anyone who was not qualified to register as a voter can also go to the center to have his or her name removed from the voters register. It is a crime to have your name on the register if you are not qualified. Literally, if you registered and you knew at the time you were not qualified, make sure you go to the center and have your name removed. The Commission has also provided a mechanism for registered voters to check their registration details electronically. Registered voters who are unable to visit the exhibition centers to verify their details may dial the short code *711*51#. *711#. No, *711*51#. On all networks, the voters' details will pop up to enable them check their details at a fee of 50 pesos. This option will be available during the exhibition exercise and even beyond. However, if the information received from the *711*51# contains an error with respect to the details of the voter will be required to go to his or her exhibition center to effect the necessary corrections. The special voters register will also be displayed at all the district offices of the Commission. All those who apply to be included in the special voters register must go to the district office of the Commission in their constituencies to ensure their names are in the special voters register. We wish to state that the exhibition exercise is part of the processes leading to the provision of the final voters register. Consequently, it is imperative for all registered voters, regardless of when they register, to go to the centers to check their details. Even if your name was in the voters register and you voted in 2020, you voted in 2023, you are still required to visit the exhibition center to check and ensure that your name is in the register. As we have noted, this exercise is aimed at corrections or the corrections of the provisional voters register to make it accurate and credible for the 2024 general elections. We would like to use this Let the Citizen Know platform to reiterate the Commission's commitment to free, fair, transparent, inclusive, and credible elections. We call on our stakeholders, including the general public, to support the Commission to deliver another successful presidential and parliamentary elections. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen of the press, we are thankful to you for your continuous assistance. We wish to urge you to use your platforms to counter misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation, as we head into the presidential and parliamentary elections. The Commission will leave no stone unturned in its endeavor to achieve another successful milestone in the country's democratic elections. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Tete is here, so don't worry. Because the questions I'm so behind.
I would like to invite a few questions from the press. So if you want to ask a question, please follow up on my right. Questions?
Everything's so clear.
Let's ask the questions when we finish and we go to
The three people today, there will be no tree.
Don't say to me there will be no tree. So if you have questions, please come up and ask your questions.
Okay, so let me take the first one.
Okay, then come
There will be no tree.
You come to the mic.
They
You
understand
mention your name, your station or press or media house, then your question.
Okay, so my name is Stanley Media. I report for TV Media Journal. I have two questions. The first one is, this morning, a group calling itself the Election Watch Ghana was at your premises to demand the release of this register for the voter education exercise. But they came back to tell us, the media, that the commission says it is not ready. And then in their interview or their engagement with us, they also made mention or alleged that they have picked information that the commission has been, quote unquote, involved in some illegalities. As in
illegalities.
Yes, as in registering people onto the voter roll at the blind side of the political parties.
So, and you believe that, or you didn't believe it?
I want, that is why I'm asking this question.
Okay.
So I want your take on that as well. And then recently you just completed the mop-up exercise. Can you give us the figures of that exercise? And then, I mean, the register that is going to be displayed tomorrow, what figure are we expecting?
Fredo.
Any other? No questions?
Okay. I think I'll take a crack at it, and my senior colleague will also take another bite. I think the first question, release of registers. So the Educational Watch people, were they saying they applied to the commission for it? Because as I said in the presentation, the registers are ready. One of the parties has come for it. The others, our team is available to give it to them. So we don't think there is any problem in that regard. And as I stated, in the CI, the law allows the commission to make the register available no later than 3 months after the compilation. And we did the register. We finished the main limited registration on May 29th. 3 months after May 29th will be August 28th. And we also did the mop-up. We finished the mop-up 3rd August. So 3 months after, within that 3 months will be, is it November or August, September, October. So the commission is well within the law, but we have strived to ensure that the parties get it in advance. So as I said, the registers are ready. One of the main parties has collected the register. I know the others are around. The team is also giving it to them. I think you mentioned that the commission, somebody said the commission is registering people. I know it's not something you believe. That's why in the conclusion of the presentation, we said, the media, we are urging you to fight against misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. You know, this one can never be true. Anytime the commission is undertaking a registration exercise, we do it with the political parties. So it's not possible. It cannot happen that the commission will register people without the political party. So we expect the media to treat those allegations For them to even use the word illegality is just unacceptable. So we think that the media must treat the group with the contempt that it deserves. They don't seem to be a credible group, because if they are indeed credible, you write to the commission for some of these details. And there was a question about the mop-up. The mop-up, we were able to capture almost 100,000 people, but because we are exhibiting, we said the register we have is provisional. So what we are going to do now, after the exhibition, that's when we are going to have the final. But the mop-up, we registered almost 100,000 people. The exact figure is about 92,350 during the mop-up. But still, it's a provisional figure. After the exhibition, we are going to have the entire composite figure, which we are going to use for the general elections. Thank you. No, all of you understand English, today there will be no tree.
Any other question? Right, on this note, we'll bring our press conference, let the citizens know.
There was a question.
Yes, people will also be asking for.
No, ever we have an expert here, so don't worry. If they election watch. I'm saying, election watch. The normal candidate, no crabia and shedanim. Almost he register for no crab and shedanim. It's as a registration, answer no bayano. Your process, Niema Bibria, you did 2 months about to me. I register. And I registration, I'm Russia and see young country parties. Na parties inform agents and Mra. The Niema no more candidate, and Yadia no Crewo Muntino. Sanya can say, Niema Bibria, election bebe, and Niema Nipa Bekan, Yanukre Bebre, Ebeba. Tia best race media and Munne to an amono. Sanya Mana and the Yamamu Manema and Imcradamon Cansio when him said, the Okana no Crebia enim. Yenaya Pesa Mina some Jenny Bibia Kosukama. Tian Kamo Diana Bibia and Yakama. Or Chaju Median so Sanya Yakano ayi Potoka Semuno. Ye shall see or Chnani or try 20th August, near August 27th. Na ye shall see no Pabia non so. Near point number nonsia. Sanya tia no be a register, we register for 2020 and now to about 2020. 2023 district assembly elections so to about and announce our register 2023 and our fees so now register 2024 limited registration and now more pap cra e be here so be call polling station or be e do to yen no akọhwe say ampa udin wo mu ana yes I can be say empo some person call polling station one so your number be a over dial all the networks star 711 star 51 hash o dial information be bania yebusa say enter voter ID number o enter e be kire say polling station nie so oya sa ne ma na mfumso bi wo ha e be hia say obekọ exhibition center ho na bibia atumi ayekama te say ne obusa na ochina ya krado papa eniema ehia bia e de be ye exhibition bibia akoduru ba bia wa esrem tifinu hwa ayanafo ba bia information no e continue yes but it's ochina bibia be kokama ena yes asra Ghana fo nya so bia momodian say ode ne ho bagim mo media fo amwa nyina obi an check say ne di wo se be ya udin ni mo a ye obibia ye kan say inclusion ye udin atumi ahyem na bibia atumi ay kama ya damase onupa
This note, I'd like to end today's press conference. Thank you very much for having me.